education, its problems, and the way forward. What does the NESG intend to do with all the outcomes of the discussions that will take place at the summit?
Well, one of the things that we have been successful in doing is getting people who can actually make these things happen, i.e. the Federal Executive Council. We actually every year present to the council, and the government, specifically the president, commits to various things. Now, one of the things that we appreciate and try to push is to what extent can we ensure that these policies, these decisions become permanent and they don't change with government and so on. So that's where a lot of the advocacy work comes in, where we try and push with the legislature and so on to see how much of the decisions that are taken can be legislated, can be made into law, can be something that's more permanent as opposed to another project that people just carry on and then they move on again. So for us, all the outcomes that we have, that we intend to achieve when we have the summit in about 2 weeks' time, will be one that we like to translate into things that can be permanent. For the summit itself, the first thing is we want to raise a level of awareness by having that discussion. Fortunately enough, channels, you'll be covering the summit live, and again, like we did last year, we'll be taking the summit to the whole country and get the whole country to participate on a subject matter that concerns everybody. So there's that awareness that we create immediately.
This is the 20th summit. How commitment has government been over the years to dealing with the outcomes which NESG has presented to it?
There's a long list of things that have taken place. The first thing I always say is that people say, you guys, you just keep talking and talking every year. And I always say, thank God we're still talking. Otherwise, if nobody was talking, only God knows what would have happened. But there are things about the electoral reforms, police reforms, the whole concept of privatizing the economy. You know, if there's one thing the NESG has been constant with, is the fact that we want a free market economy. We want government to step out of areas in which it has no business in being involved in, can't do it efficiently, leave it to the private sector, and create an environment where all it does is to regulate and make sure there's fairness and equity in the whole process. So you find that one thing we're constant with is that free up the economy, let the private sector take over things that that you can't do properly. And that's been the constant theme. So if you look at all the whole concept of privatization over the years, over the last 20 years, we've pushed consistently that please privatize, stay away. Thank God this happened with power as the latest one. Telecoms has been one. Aviation, you keep on going over the years. The Pension Reform Act, a whole load of stuff has been created by the NESG. And some part of the law, I forget which one now, whereby we actually wrote what was legislated. So I think from that point of view, there's a lot that the NESG has done over the years, a whole catalogue of things.